If you own or have been in a new generation Saab 9.3 or, well, really any 2000s era GM product, then you know that these interiors were not the best assembled. Let's do a little ASMR. Let me just feel around the interior a bit. Now, I'll be honest. This area down here that I'm messing with does not ever make any noise unless I actively do something like that. However, recently my car has developed a bit of a noise while driving, which is coming from this speaker grill up here. A lot of times, of course, that can indicate a speaker going bad, but this is a very distinct rattling sound. I'll play a clip for you of what it sounds like right now. What we are doing today is going to be hopefully fixing this annoying creak up here. This same method that I'm going to be using should be able to be applied to everywhere else on your NG93 that might creak. If you're really OCD, I could see you tearing apart the whole interior to fix it. However, because none of this creaks while I'm driving or just using the car, I don't feel a need to fix it. Before we get started, one thing I will mention is that on a lot of these cars, these door handles are really creaky, and you can tell mine doesn't really make much noise. That's thanks to these Map Tune leather door handles. If you're interested in doing a bit of a cosmetic and also creak upgrade to your 9.3, you can check out a video on those in the top corner. But without further ado, I'm going to pan you all back over to our speaker grill. I already started removing it just because I was curious, but you can generally get your finger under there. I'd avoid using a screwdriver because this is soft here and you don't want to put marks into it, but this just clips in very easily. So with this removed, we can work on our solution. Whether it's your speaker grill or something else that's rattling, it's important to understand what exactly causes the rattling before you go crazy with adding insulation or foam or whatever you want to it. So on this speaker grill, you can see there's a ton of different little clips that hold it to the dashboard. And so you can actually kind of see over the years there's a very slight outline that kind of runs right along where the clips go that show where it mounts to the dashboard itself. So my plan is to use foam to essentially create a soft buffer between the rattling speaker grill and the dashboard to kind of quiet that noise down. Now, because of how this particular piece mounts, putting a piece of foam on this is going to be incredibly difficult and tedious to cut around all these little clips. So what I think is going to be easier, and what we'll do instead, is cut a couple pieces of foam that will go on either side of the speaker cover here, because that is a nice flat area. We're going to cover an area that's not going to impact the clips clipping in, but also creating a buffer between the plastic and the dashboard. So let's cut a couple pieces of foam and get started. Start by cutting out a piece of foam that's going to be much larger than what we need. So I think what I'll kind of do is just eyeball this. I think I'll do something like this so that way I can clearly see the edge of the speaker grill. So that looks pretty good there. The same thing on this side. Now I'll just spend a little more time trimming it down to size to avoid the opening for the speaker. I'm actually kind of going against my method where I said I was going to do it on the car, but this appears to be working pretty well. So I'm going to press down where all these little clips are at. And you can see that made a few little holes on there. So I'll use that to cut out some space for the clips. So there you go. There's 4 clips that fit through here. And I'm going to trim off some of this excess on the bottom. Same thing on this side. I'm just going to put pressure where all these clips are to make little indentations in the foam. And we can easily cut the holes. Did a little bit of last minute trimming, but that's all on there. When you have it flipped around, you can't see it. So that's good. Let's test fit it and install it. There we go. So let's take it for a drive and see if that works. My microphone is off using the phone audio, which is why this sounds a bit different. I want to be consistent with the clip I showed you earlier, but we're doing highway speeds right now. We've got a nice V60 wagon right in front of us. Pretty good looking car. And I'll be quiet for a minute. That is not a single sound. Nice. Before we end this video, I wanted to do a quick reminder and shout out to Saab Owners Convention 42, which is going to be in Parsippany, New Jersey in middle of July. If you guys don't know what SOC is, it's essentially a huge annual event put on by the Saab Club of North America. It moves around the country each year. This year it happens to be in New Jersey, and we are on record pace as far as attendance. So it's probably gonna be the best one that I've ever been to in my lifetime, and it's gonna be an amazing event. There's gonna be so many cool things happening. I'm gonna link SCNA's website and the SOC page down in the description box. That way you all can read for yourselves, see all the cool, amazing things that have going on. It's not just a big car meet. There's awards, there's seminars, there's tons of other cool things to do. And it's always fun to visit a new part of the country. So if it is anywhere close to you, I fully expect to see you all there. Again, information in the description. But that's all I've got for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, hopefully this will inspire you guys to start fixing maybe some creaks and rattles in your 9.3. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.